Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. We're here with your extended moon cycle reading. This is the full moon in Pisces leading into the new moon in Virgo. Let's jump into it. Let's see what might be at play for you. And Sagittarius, I'm seeing that something is becoming very, very clear. I'm hearing that Eight of Pentacles also intense. There's a lot going on, chaos. I'm hearing possibly some maybe felt. It's almost like you fall back down, you get back up. I'm seeing you even like running a race. Now we're going to be pulling cards here for each of the days from the 2nd of September leading into the 17th, and we'll get here a feel for what might be at play. I'm feeling some pressure on the right wrist. For a number of you might be training for something, practicing something, actually over and over and over again. Father of Swords here, been writing something. Well, practicing something. I'm hearing that. Okay. The Death card here, this could be also somebody in your environment. You're getting ready, they're going to write you a letter. This came through in the Aries reading, so feel free to check that reading out if you do feel guided as well. And it is the same, the reading of this series. 4 Pentacles in reverse. Let's clear the energy in the crown chakra down the right side of the face. For a number of you, there is maybe something that you feel you're picking up on, and it could be the intention of another. They're like this feeling of like, for a number of you, maybe you had a dream about this. You're like, I think we're going to be writing something up here. Hierophant up in reverse. For a number of you, it could be a ticket even. You're like, I think that maybe you should start, taking the trash out more. I'm hearing that as well. Other Pentacles reverse as well. But this is a very important meeting. I'm hearing surprise as well. And we do have the 2 of Cups here mirroring the 6 of Wands. Let's take those cards out. Okay, 2 of Cups right over the Hierophant. 6 of Wands right over the Death card, yeah. For a number of you, you're dealing with someone maybe who has a lot of Scorpio. There's a focus on the number 6, even the number 2. You lead them into the Devil in reverse. Wow. For a number of you, I'm hearing delicious. This is okay, take it easy. Well, I think the name of a viewer. But anyways, okay, Devil here in reverse, looking back at the Hierophant. What date is it? 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Yeah, I see someone's like making a proposal. They're like, hey, do you want to like hang out with me? Do you want to meet up? Like, it's very, very sort of exciting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like a lot of vision here. A lot of very visionary time. This is as we lead into the second, let's say quarter moon stage. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're like wondering, you're like, is this too good to be true? Like, is this also who I really think it is? I don't know if that's what I'm doing. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Whoa, there's a lot here. That will be culminating in the new moon of Virgo, dear Sagittarius. I wanted to flip into the 17th, and it's like we got like 3 cards here, including the World, the last card of the Major Arcana on the 16th. So the day before, let's say, right prior to that, we have the Ace of Wands upright. Preceding those, the 3 of Wands upright. So there is something that maybe for a number of you, you've been thinking of, you've been like, even you had a vision of, and like for a number of you, you had a dream of, maybe this person or this space. And it's like, it's starting to become like kind of surreal. Like maybe for a number of you start taking like steps here in this direction of really managing the vision and the dream. Now, there's a lot that goes into this. It's not something just sort of like snap of the fingers. For a number of them, hearing right as you lead into this full moon of Pisces, there's maybe a little bit of this feeling of like overextending. Okay, a lot. I'm hearing of pressure. I'm hearing a lot of work. And I'm hearing perfect. I want to make it perfect. And this could be the energy of another. You have the 8 of Pentacles mirroring the Death card. This could be Mercury and Scorpio. I'm hearing that as well. Venus and Scorpio. It can be really Scorpio energy applied to the 8 of Pentacles. And I'm seeing angels here. So for a number of you, there's somewhat of a process here. It can be associated as well with activations where you feel I just feel the energy of everyone right now, and it's just really intense. And there's just a lot of pressure. I'm hearing that again with the 8 of Pentacles, a lot of work. I'm hearing that as well. I'm feeling activation of the crown chakra. So as much so as there is pressure, there is that sense and state of progress. There is the aha moment, the awakening, the that's why. But that sort of was building in that way, and you kind of come to this point of actually appreciating those series of experiences. So Sagittarius, there is something I'm hearing that eventually I'm hearing you will be kind of starting. I'm hearing beginning here with the 2 of Cups, the Hierophant, in an official way. In the full moon and Pisces period, there might be this sense of I don't really know where I stand with this space, but I feel it, and that can be kind of like intense. I'm hearing overwhelming because it's like, well, I feel it, but then what is it and where does it go? And there is a reason for that, right? There is also going to be, I'm hearing troubleshoot. I'm hearing troubleshooting message here with the Death card and the 8 of Pentacles, where you're just like, what do I do? I'm hearing this is not even like my energy. It's really coming down to the point of how I can, I'm hearing also create my expression in such a way where I am not going anywhere also outside of my bounds when it comes to what it is that I bring to the table. Interesting. So this could be even a negotiation where it's like I don't want to be defined by the also the viewpoints of others. And for a number of you, this is maybe a huge discussion you're having, and it's like I don't want to be swayed. Okay, I don't want, how can I kind of just focus on what I want to focus on, get that through, get that message through, and leave. I'm hearing unscathed with a Hierophant reverse, the Two of Cups. And this is going to be a long cycle where you feel, I don't want this to get the best of me. I want to make sure that I leave here with a lot of also golden nuggets. I'm hearing under my name. I'm hearing the Eight of Pentacles. So I don't know what that's alluding to, but maybe it's something that you're even saving up. It's something that you're like you're like trying to, focus on managing your assets. I'm hearing that as well without spending too much. I'm hearing that as well with the Death card and the Eight of Pentacles. But it's felt like an uphill battle, possibly for a number of you. There's just a lot here that goes into that space, but that's okay. I'm hearing it. You'll come to this point where you realize, like, interestingly, okay, there is a reason for even the challenge points, right? There is a reason in the plot why that one character came out and struck us from the side, okay, from the bushes. Like, there's always going to be that follow through. I'm hearing as well with that space as well. I'm going to call it karma, call it what you will. The Death card here that reminds us that there is, I'm hearing, another dimension and aspects to everything that we do experience. Now, you lead out them with the Two of Cups. This is kind of emotional, actually, is what I'm hearing. For a number of you, there's something that you start to make also clear, and I don't know, maybe for a number of you, you maybe make a space, actually, like I'm hearing obvious in some kind of way. I'm hearing to others, like, these are my assets, that's how I want to, kind of organize that, and that's where I want this to go, and that's what I want to do with those things, and in relation to those things, I don't know what that's alluding to again, but that could be, again, the energy of another, but it's almost like I'm now understanding kind of, I'm making clear, I'm setting boundaries to also what it is that I bring to the table. So now, I don't know, maybe for a number of you feel like you're kind of taking things on in a rather strict manner, but it's kind of like, well, there is a need for that. I'm hearing that maybe as you feel it at certain points in time, and even related to like your schedule. It's like, I have to be very clear with that. Otherwise, I inevitably will be hearing like everyone's customer service, responses and calls and callbacks, and it's like, I can't always respond and react to those things. I have to manage my own expectations as well. And for a number of you, this is something that you were given, actually, as you feel it, a responsibility to uphold the space of, and be that you with yourself. You could be an entrepreneur for a number of you, and it's like, I have to manage my assets. I'm hearing the way that I also see fit. So for a number of you, you could actually work in a space that is like highly involved. Maybe you work with a number of companies, you work with managing the resources, you work with a number of individuals, a number of countries. I'm hearing this as well, and it really comes down to how is it that I'm managing the assets and whatever else is involved independently for these countries, I'm hearing, for these companies, for these communities, but at the same time engaging in a broader sort of orchestrated message of how do we all, I'm hearing, manage the conversation together as well. Not only is it like, okay, that's right for you right that time and in that way, but how does that reflect more perspective wise? I'm hearing respectively to each other. So interesting. For a number you're trying to balance, I'm hearing ultimately is what it comes down to, possibly. But there is this focus on the pot of gold. We do see that question here that beats. I'm hearing like the heart does with the Two of Cups, the Hierophant. It's like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say that I do not miss them. I'm hearing that as well, the Hierophant and the Two of Cups. For a number of you, maybe you're actually physically at a distance from someone, and it is really difficult. And there are those times where you feel the challenge of not being able to see, the vision entirely, possibly. And it depends on, for a number of you, it's really possibly managing also your vision in relation to your expectations physically. And for number it comes down to patience and maturation time. Thank you so much for tuning in the light too. We're going to jump here into the next stage of this reading. Feel free to tune in via the link in the box below. We'll be taking a look at the new moon of Virgo leading up into the new moon, the full moon actually in Aries, that will be October 1st. So I'm going to take a look at that spread right here. We'll jump into there soon. Bye, dear Sagittarius.